never should have come here. That thought pounded in my head as the freezing wind howled through the jagged peaks of the Himalayas. The expedition began as a dream to find the Yeti. But now, surrounded by strange shadows in the cold wilderness, I realized some legends are better left alone. There were 5 of us: Dr. Alan Carter, the expedition leader, Marcus, the survival expert, Lena, the biologist, Neil, the cameraman, and me, Jason, the journalist. We had spent weeks trekking through the frozen landscape, following ancient stories passed down by the locals. The villagers had warned us.
The White Devil guards these mountains. Those who seek it never return.
We dismissed their fears. Until the first night. The fire flickered weakly as we huddled in our tents. Outside, everything was eerily quiet, and the stillness of the mountains felt unnatural, as if the land was holding its breath. Then Neil screamed. We hurried outside to find him by a boulder, his face as white as death. He pointed to the snow, showing a footprint. Huge, about 3 times the size of a human foot, with deep claw marks in the ice. Something was watching us, Neil whispered. Dr. Carter examined the print. It's fresh, and whatever made it is still nearby. A heavy dread settled over us. We weren't alone. That night we couldn't sleep. Every wind gust felt like footsteps, every shadow like something hiding in the dark. By morning, Marcus had vanished. His tent was torn open, blood staining the snow in a trail toward the cliffs. His rifle lay broken in half, as if crushed by a giant hand. Lena, stay close, I whispered, my breath turning to mist in the freezing air. Dr. Carter, usually calm, looked shaken. We're leaving, now. But the storm had other plans. A blizzard trapped us in a small cave, the freezing cold making it hard to move. Outside, the wind carried a sound, a deep, eerie howl that sent shivers down my spine. Then the eyes appeared. 2 glowing, pale jewel orbs shining through the blizzard. The creature stepped closer, its massive form barely visible in the storm. 7 feet tall, long arms. A nightmare of ice and shadow. Neil lifted his camera, but before he could take a shot, the beast attacked. It grabbed him in an instant, pulling him into the storm. His screams vanished into the howling wind, and then silence. Lena sobbed in the corner, her hands shaking. We should have listened to them, the villagers. They warned us. Dr. Carter gripped his fists tightly. This isn't just an animal. It's something old, something cursed. I remembered the legend the village elder had shared. The Yeti is no ordinary beast. It is the guardian of these mountains, a cursed spirit that hunts those who dare to trespass. I suddenly thought, what if the Yeti wasn't hunting us for food, but punishing us? We couldn't stay in the cave. If the cold didn't kill us, the Yeti would. Our only chance was to leave the mountain before it came back. We moved carefully, the snow crunching under our boots. Each step felt like we were walking into danger. Then, Lena screamed. I turned just in time to see the Yeti towering over Lena, its fur covered in ice and blood, its mouth open to reveal sharp, yellow teeth. It grabbed her by the throat and lifted her with ease. Dr. Carter fired his flare gun, the bright red light blinding the creature for a moment. It roared, dropping Lena and retreating into the storm. But it wouldn't be gone for long. We ran. By the time we reached the lower valley, only Dr. Carter and I were left. Lena was gone, lost to the blizzard. The Yeti had taken her. Exhausted and barely conscious, we saw the village lights ahead. We collapsed at the elder's hut. You saw it, the old man said, his voice grim. Dr. Carter nodded, his face hollow with fear. It's real. The elder sighed. You are lucky to be alive, but the Yeti does not forget those who trespass. It will come for you, wherever you go. I didn't believe him, not then, but now, as I write this in the safety of my home, I hear scraping at my window, and outside, in the snow, there is a footprint, a fresh one. Thank you for joining us on this terrifying journey into the heart of the Himalayas. What do you think? Could the Yeti be just a beast, or is it the living embodiment of an ancient curse? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this spine-chilling story, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another frightening tale.